In this video, I want to show you how you can change styling in WP e-commerce. As you've heard in some of these videos, I'm not too enamored with the look of WP e-commerce out of the box. I mean, just a couple of examples here. Look at the size of this text right here, and it's a little bolder than the description, right? To me, this is a more minor thing, the product option. Same with the quantity. Why is this so big? Size is a different font than all the other fonts. Just little things like that. I find this very crowded in here. Everything's exactly the same size, exactly the same font weight. We really need to change some of the styling on here. Layout is another issue, but right now we're concerned with styling. Okay, how do we do this? Well, in WP e-commerce, you go to your store settings under Presentation. There we go, and we see Advanced Theme Settings. Now, what you're going to do here, this is a list of files from the WP e-commerce plugin. And what you can do by checking off these various files is you can copy them over to your current theme. Now it says here moved, okay, but actually they mean copied. And that way, if you make changes when you update WP e-commerce, those changes won't be overwritten because the file's actually sitting in your theme folder. Now, keep in mind, if you switch themes, any files that you copied over are not going to be in the new theme, right? So you'd have to take them, copy them using FTP, copy them into your new theme. So just keep that in mind as well. All right, so what we're going to do in this case is I want WPSC. I want the default CSS file. So I'm going to move the template file. Again, it's copy. It's not actually move. Okay. The themes have been copied. Well, actually, the file's been copied. And we can prove that by going over here to Appearance and Editor. There we go. And we will now see, here's all our 2011 template files. Way down at the bottom here, there's our default CSS. All right, so now we're in control. Now, typically, by the way, I don't do this in the theme editor. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. Usually, I do it in a text editor, a plain text editor, and I FTP it back and forth to my theme. But just for quickness sake, we're going to do it here in the theme editor. All right? So what we do is we go back here. One of the things I want to do here is I want to make this old price right here, I want to make it smaller. I want to emphasize the new price. Okay, I don't like it being the same size. So in my inspector element here, now again, I'm using Firebug on Firefox, but there are inspector elements for any browser. I go in here and I find I have an old price class here. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't affect this part of it. It only affects the price. You can see the part highlighted in blue up top there. So unfortunately, they've given the same class. You can see it here, price display, price display, price display. They've given the same class to each of these paragraphs, unfortunately. So I can't target this whole paragraph. I can only target the old price. So that's a bit unfortunate. But what I can do is I now go over to my edit themes. I'm just going to get rid of this. And we're looking for display. There it is. Okay. Product price, that's the main container. And there's span old price. Okay. Decoration line through, color that. So I'm just going to make it font size. This isn't going to look very good, but let's just do it anyway. Let's make it 10 pixels, okay? Just so you can see that I'm able to target this. And I update my file. And now when I come back here, that crossed out 17 is going to be smaller, okay? Now, ideally, I would like to make this whole thing smaller, but I can't easily through my targeting. Now, we're going to get into the ability to change some of those attributes that are given to the HTML tags. We can change that if we actually edit the template file for this page. And we're going to see how to do that in another video. Right now, we're just targeting the sizing of elements, the styling of elements here. One thing I want to do is spread all of this out. So what I can do here, again, if I go to Inspect Element, And remember, this one is called, this whole div, you can see it outlined there, this whole div is called WPSC product price. Okay, so I go back over to my theme editor. Okay, there it is, default product display WPSC. Okay, there is no line height, so let me give it a line height here. I'll just make it very large so it's obvious. Let's make it, say, 30 pixels. All right, so I save this, I update my file. And when I come back, now these will be more spread out. Let's have a look here. There we go. All right, so that gives us more breathing room. I mean, I made it very, very large, but you get the idea, right? So that's how you're going to do it through editing of this default style sheet, which you've copied over to your theme. Remember, if you change themes, you've got to move those files to the new theme, or else you're not going to get the effect that you've created here.